I just leaf blowed the other day too. Oh well, it's going to be a regular thing. And I know already. Be careful on those leaves. Really? Never noticed. Those leaves are slippery. Really? Wow, thanks. Nobody has ever said that to me before. I don't know if you can see me in the reflection, but I got the 10C on me. That's the old one. The 10C Pro has been a problem. Oh, by the way, there's my taillight thing. That box is my mulching kit I'm going to put on my riding mower. Ooh, that heated seat's a bit heated. Let's turn that off for now. It's a bit too hot. 70 degrees at least. It's a bit warm for me. I prefer it lower. The older I get, the fatter I get, the lower I want it. Careful those leaves! Thanks. Look at that blue sky. Very nice. So maybe you guys can help me. I'll tell you what my problem is. I hope the audio on this is coming through correctly. I'll tell you what I did this morning. So I've noticed the problem. Here's the problem. My 10C Pro, I can turn it on, I can Bluetooth to my phone, that's all normal. I turn on my camera on, and then I push the record button like I always do, and it says recording, and then I'll make a motovlog, or 2 or 3 or 4, and then turn it off, turn it on, recording, okay. Nothing on the SD card. So I know what you're thinking. Well, you gotta reformat the SD card, this, that, the other. Yeah. So let me tell you what I did before you go give me advice. As I wait for the traffic here, because I don't wish to get smooshed. There we go. So I went to the I formatted the SD card inside the camera. Okay, so I did do that. And I have the correct size. It's up to 64 gigabytes is what it says in for that camera, for the 10C Pro. So I have a 64 gigabyte card. I formatted the card. I was able to, I had to plug into my computer and get the app, and I got the firmware update. So I have the latest firmware. I had previously done a reset on the camera by pushing a little button in the back. Didn't help. Then I did a reset on the camera itself using the app that I was plugged into on my computer. That didn't help. I updated the firmware after I formatted the card, because it wouldn't even acknowledge there was a card in the thing, even though that's the same card I've been using forever. So I formatted the card. I updated the software, so the firmware, whatever it's called, is updated. Great. Then I was able to Wi-Fi to the Wi-Fiable app on my phone on the 10C Pro, and I had everything looked great, no problems. I push record, nothing happens. And when I was in the app, you can actually see the video feed from your camera over the Bluetooth in your app, but there was no video feed. It was black. And no, I don't have the thing on. It's not on. What do they call that? Lens cap. I don't have the lens cap on. So pretty. So when I went to take a picture, you could hear the picture snap. No picture. When I have it in the video function, no video recordings come across. When I look at what it sees, it doesn't see anything. It's black. So everything is working except for the camera, which is the whole reason I have the damn thing. Well, half the reason at least. 50-50, right? So if you have any recommendations that don't involve formatting an SD card, that don't involve getting a firmware update, that don't involve resetting, if there's any of the other options that I haven't mentioned already that I've done, then maybe you have a suggestion. I'm thinking I'm going to call Sena and see if they have any bright ideas, and if not, then, you know, I have a camera that barely lasted a year and a half, and that sucks. So there's that. And then I went in and I updated the firmware on my regular Sena 10C. That's, you can see there. So the firmware is updated, and I turned the microphone gain down, so it's on low gain. So hopefully that will make the audio sound better. Some Einstein said, all I can hear is wind noise. Like, thanks. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I heard no wind whatsoever until you said it. Now I hear it. Duh. That's because the windshield went down, allows a lot more wind to get to me. And I have the little skirt underneath here. I've closed this thing, so it's just noise coming through the helmet from the wind hitting my helmet. The solution is to put up my windshield, but then in the camera you're looking through the windshield, which is not exactly the cleanest thing right now, so I kind of do a 50-50 approach. So there you go. Hopefully this video will work. It's been very frustrating. I've got the two cameras going, I got this camera going, I got the audio and this thing, you know, recording. I don't have any audio that I can use from the GoPros because, you know, outside microphone, wind. And I can get the extra doodad thing, but then you got to open up the side of the camera. If you say, oh, there's a thing you could buy to put on, I get a thing you can buy. Yeah, that's a pain in the neck. So I might just get the 9, get the media mod with it, so that I can record audio directly from my GoPro into my helmet. I don't know. If Sena keeps making products that don't last more than a year, year and a half, even this thing's starting to go. I turn the camera on, I push record, you know, a camera on, great, alright. And then you hold it and you hear boop, and it's supposed to say recording. It doesn't. So then I wait a couple seconds and I boop, recording. Okay, now it's recording. The other one says it's recording but doesn't record. So at least this one is still recording. Frustrating. Technical difficulties. I wish that I wish GoPro would come out with an integrated system where you have the communicator. Oh, Jesus. Wow. That was Big Bird. So I wish the GoPro had a communicator in it with multiple people you can communicate with, and you know, good recording that didn't require a media mod. Totally wimped out on that one. I'm not really thinking today anyway. My brain is not really here. Out of practice, but I'm wearing all my gear, so. And the deer could jump out. That's another thing. Everybody says the deer could jump out at any time. Yep, I know. Thanks. I'm fully aware of that. Deer, beaver, squirrel, dog, cat, tomato plant, eagle, hawk, pigeon, frog. I know. Multiple things could kill me. And I could be doing 30 and get killed, and I could be doing 100 and get killed. And if you're doing 100, you're definitely going to die. Not necessarily. So I don't really don't do a whole lot of riding in the evenings anymore. Let's just say this. When I am going really fast, like I did in that video at Nag's Head, I'm not doing it without thinking about anything at all. I actually am thinking about stuff like cops and animals and this and that. And out there by the coast, it's all swampy. So that road had swampiness on both sides. Not a whole lot of deer hanging out in the swampiness. Bears, yes. I've seen the bears. Well, I haven't seen them myself, but they have signs. Watch out for bears. A deer could get me right now. So what am I supposed to do? Just go like this the whole time? No. I let my visual acuity do its thing. I pay attention best I can, and that's about all you can do. Right here, I know a deer ain't gonna jump out on me because I can see for the whole distance of the field. Unless they're hiding way down in the ditch behind there, that could get me. That's the thing, is people tell you obvious things like you've never heard it before. A deer could jump out in front of you. A cop could get you. You could slip on some leaves. Thanks. Yeah, nobody has ever told me that before. I never thought about that in all my years of riding. Hello, cows. So a little bit of extra riding for you on my way to work, just so you don't have to look at the same old, and maybe you get a little bit of a dynamic shot of me, you know, like kind of deal. So apparently, according to the news, which I really shouldn't be watching, don't watch the news, it'll fill you full of negativity. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Nobody's ever told me that before. Like a fool, I keep going back to it. According to the Psychology Association, or whatever people, the National Psychological Health people, mental health issues are the worst now that they have ever been, you know, since they've been doing this. People with depression and anxiety and that kind of thing, it's worse now than it's ever been. Well, duh, go figure, right? And I'm not immune to it either. My mood has been affected. You know, you're sitting inside all damn day. Or when you go to work, you know, there's nobody on campus, which I like. I really do like sitting at home. I really do like no people on campus. But I didn't realize how much having people on campus and going to a regular job on a regular pace, I never realized how much that you rely on it, I guess. Even though I don't like people, I miss seeing them. Isn't that weird? And then, you know, you gotta wear a mask when you go places, you know, unless you're, you know, super strong immune system people, or if you don't believe in masks, you say, masks aren't going to protect you from anything. Okay, fine. I wear them because the data that I've seen from the National Institutes of Health, the CDC, wearing a mask can really reduce your chance of catching it. So that's what I do. The best way, of course, is to stay the hell away from people, but here I am out again. I've gone to restaurants. I don't go to parties. I didn't go to parties anyway. I'm too anti-people for that at this age, I guess. I don't deal with that nonsense anymore. I don't really see anybody except for my sweet pea, and occasionally a couple of colleagues at work, and of course I've got the mask and the social distancing and all that. And who knows, I probably already have the COVIDs. Probably already got it. I got the antibodies. I don't know. People say, go get tested. If I have the antibodies, yay, I guess. Doesn't really make any difference. And then somebody, I guess it comes in waves, the trollery. It comes in waves. Troll says, let me get this straight. You complained for a 10-minute video about how you couldn't get your free flu shot and had to drive an extra 10 minutes to get a free flu shot. As if to say, how dare you complain about such a luxurious life that you have, you first world white living motherfucker, right? That's pretty much the unspoken message. And yeah, I mean, I'm not down by the river slapping my clothes on a rock trying to get them clean, fending off the crocodiles. You know, it's not, you know, they're taking off your heads day with machetes. It's not one of those days, thank goodness. It's not, oh, they're shelling us from the outskirts and we have to get to cover because the building's going to blow up. I know, I don't live that kind of life. You can't go outside because they'll stab, shoot you, kill you, rip off your head, rape you, whatever. I know, I don't live in that kind of environment. So yes, I do live a very luxurious life with electricity and internet and technology, like all this awesomeness. Yes, I get it. I'm so lucky. I am. I'm lucky that I popped out of the womb in this country when I did. And then the rest of it was hard-ass work. And so here I am. And you know what? When somebody says to 1,000 people, show up to this clinic, all 1,000 of you, and we've got shots that we can give from 9 to 12, and then they only bring 30 shots. They only bring 30 doses, and they've invited 1,000 people. I think that's something that I am justified in griping about. And the shot isn't free. I mean, I do pay for my health care. I get deductions from my paycheck. And then, of course, I have deductibles and stuff. So I'm paying for it. And even if I had to pay out of pocket for it, at the most it would be $40. So, yeah. The fact that somebody is so grossly negligent as to invite 1,000 people to get something that there's only 30 of, that's what really galls me. So yeah, sure, I don't have a right to complain because I have working body parts. I'm healthy, I'm alive, I have a job. There are so many good things in my life. So how dare I complain about anything ever? Yeah, I should just walk around with a giant happy head, you know, all the time. La, 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 la. My life is so perfect. Nothing can go wrong. Everything is great. I wish it were that way. But no. $1.80 for gas. See, there's another reason to be happy. $1.80 for gas. And then you minus 3 cents because you put in your little, you know, frequent shopper thing. So it's $1.77. Oh, I love being able to do that. That wasn't even sport mode. Yeah, $1.77 for gas, I'll take that. Yeah, I can get through there. No problemo. Are you new? Oh my God. Could you be a worse truck driver? Thank you. Fucking retard.